What an absolutely beautiful move on the Bitcoin chart. I was sitting here. This is an hourly chart. This is like just happening. I was just sitting here. I wasn't going to do a video until tonight, and this move just happened. This is the exact move that I want to see in a bull market. On your way in, hit the subscribe and like, and let's just jump into the video. I want to dissect what is happening here. Look at this hourly candle. As you know, last night we broke $100,000. We touched, I think, $104,000 or just below $104,000. And this hourly candle, as Bitcoin's been consolidating on the hourly candle, around an 8% candle. That's 8% to the downside in a matter of really minutes at this point. And I want to explain why this is such a good move. It's such a bullish move. This is exactly what I've been wanting to see. I want to start, though, before we dive into really the short term and the technicals of this move, I do want to start by kind of talking about the broader market right now. So total crypto market cap, this is total crypto market cap, around $3.4 trillion market cap. Just a nice daily consolidation right now. There's nothing out of the ordinary even on this chart. Still above that 20-day moving average. And I want to go to last cycle. This is what I'd like to do just to give you a sense of bull markets. Anywhere between the green line and the blue line. The 20 is the green line. The 50-day moving average is the blue. Anywhere in that area is where we want to see consolidation to. So it can be to the 20. It can be in between the two. It can be to the 50. That's just what I want to see. Higher highs and higher lows in a bull market. I'm going to actually obviously zoom in on short-term price action for Bitcoin, but I do want to take a glance at the Bitcoin weekly chart. And I just want to talk about something. January 2025 is approaching fast. We have our first pro-Bitcoin president coming into play. Look at historically what Bitcoin has done every January. These red lines that I have here, I just put the January after the Bitcoin halving. That is to say, the January of the bull market. That's really what this is historically. This is going all the way back to January 2013. Bitcoin, just look at what Bitcoin did from that moment forward. And then we can go to 2016. Just look at Bitcoin price action after this area. Bull market. Last cycle, Bitcoin was already kind of in the bull market. You remember November 2020 is when Bitcoin broke the bull market doors. So making its way, but January 2021 was that January after the Bitcoin halving. And you can just see there was still a good amount of bull market left. And now here we are. It's not even January after the Bitcoin halving. It's not even the first January after the Bitcoin halving. We're still preparing for all of the bullishness that is happening in crypto right now. The reason I'm bringing this up isn't just to say, hey, January's coming, we're going to have another repeat and another bull market. I think that's important data to pay attention to. But the reason I'm bringing it up is if we are still this early in the cycle, it's early December, let's really embrace red candles. Let's embrace the dips. Similar to, to get to where we are right now, about, around $100,000, we had to endure and embrace this consolidation for like 8 months or so. It's the same thing as we kind of lead into this area, historically the most bullish area, the January after Bitcoin halving. Let's let Bitcoin and crypto consolidate. And so it's on a Bitcoin chart and it's on a total crypto market cap chart, wherever. The dips and the red candles, I know they're not fun. We enjoy green more, but these are really important. And so we have it on the zoomed in. Here's Bitcoin on the daily. We have a lot of indecisiveness. So you can look at that red candle right now. It looks crazy. I want to start. Let's talk about this from a technical analysis perspective. I want to start just a clip from the live stream last night. Check it out. And the same can be true for a breakout to the upside, a throwback to the triangle. So these things are always in play. And that's really what I want to evaluate now. So this is what it looks like on the 4-hour chart. I want to take a so that was putting aside the $100,000 news, the $100,000 range. It was just ignoring the numbers and looking at the setup, looking at the pattern. And what we were discussing was, since we broke to the upside of the pattern that we were tracking, target to the upside is around $108,000 to $110,000. We were just talking about the throwback. Throwbacks happen so often in these patterns. So not only is it not a surprise at the apex of the pattern, you can just see we're towards the apex, we get the breakout, and now we actually have a throwback. So what I really like, besides just the technical move and how nice it is, I just like that from swing high to this candle low, it's over a 10% move. Now, two things at this moment, and I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm anticipating everything. And I think that is the key. That's at least key for me mentally in these markets, is just to anticipate everything. Have targets in mind. And right now, this dip that's happening is just so bullish because I really enjoy to see just consolidation and resets in the markets when there's this level of hype. Now, here's what I'm looking for. There's really two things at this moment. Obviously, I want to see continuation to the upside. The story for that playing out, and I'm on the 4-hour chart right now. The story for it playing out is now support at the apex of this pattern. If we actually go real quick, I want to take a glance at the daily chart. It's a crazy indecisive candle, right? Just look at this. I do want to point out that the 20-day moving average is exactly confluent with this lower trend line that we're viewing on the 4-hour chart. So that area is like just above $95,000. So the 20-day moving average is pretty critical just because the next moving average in this bull market so far is the 50-day moving average. It's around $82,000. We just looked at it on the total crypto market cap chart. Bitcoin and crypto consolidating to the 20, to the 50, in between the two is what I like to see in bull markets. It's just what it has done historically, and I like to see it. So we're not overextended right now in terms of the 20-day moving average. There could be room for consolidation to pull in closer to the 50-day, but there's just room for that consolidation. There's cushion and there's time. We just looked at the January data point. We're getting a sense of where we are in the cycle. So the reason I'm talking about, well, what is this gap and the possibilities of even just kind of breaking into towards the 50-day moving average down there, the reason I'm bringing it up is because if support does not hold at the apex of this pattern, now that we're getting the dip and the throwback, bullish would be we get the support and we actually continue to the target, to the upside. Very much in play right now. This is the target to the upside that I'd be watching. It would be a very nice technical move, meaning the breakout of the triangle, the throwback to the triangle, and then continuation. The opposite of that, the alternative here, is a busted pattern, and it's a kind of a fake out move. We got a nice little present last night. We broke 100,000, made the headline news. We could just have some fun with that, but then we're getting the throwback. This might turn into a busted pattern. We don't get support here. Remember, the 20-day moving average is basically right where Bitcoin is consolidating right now at this lower trend line. We don't get the support. The candles kind of keep falling below, and then maybe we try and come back up, and we're trying to break back up, but there's just too much resistance all in this area, and we're falling to the target out of this pattern, and that is into the 80s. The reason why that's so significant is because when you actually go to a daily chart, if that plays out and Bitcoin actually does start falling and trickling down into the 80s, guess what it's going to meet? The big test, the 50-day moving average. So that move right there, I like to just visualize it. I like to anticipate it. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but that move is so normal. If we just zoom out, I'm on the daily, and I'm going to go all the way back, and my screen is, of course, not going to load on this daily chart, trying to zoom out and go back. I'm going to switch to this, not a 1-hour chart. We're going to switch to this other Bitcoin chart. We'll change this to a daily and maybe just hope that the data is there. So if you go back and you look at last cycle, okay, last bull cycle, at this moment, meaning we're entering the bull market. There's altcoin season in purple. What was Bitcoin doing? Same thing, right? Even leading into altcoin season, it's consolidating higher highs and higher lows to the 20, even just below the 20 you see there, in between the 50 and the 20. And then at one point after altcoin season started, this is actually the moment where we kind of are right now. Back here in January of 2021, there's that big dip for Bitcoin. You can see pulling into the 50-day moving average. So when we're going to look at a chart like where we are right now, this move seems not that significant. It seems very normal in a bull market. And you can see how it actually almost reflects exactly what we saw at this moment last cycle. So that's to the downside. Obviously, it's illustrated way better on the 4-hour. The 4-hour really illustrates everything that we're looking for. And mainly, we're waiting for support at this apex area. And right now, you can see this hourly candle. This is an hourly candle. You can see the hourly candle, just crazy wick to the downside. And then target to the downside is there. Target to the upside is there. Tonight, and this is why I wanted to do the video now instead of waiting for a new candle to open in about an hour. I just wanted to get this data out there because tonight what I'll be watching for, especially as we get a new daily candle opening here soon, I want to see if Bitcoin starts falling below this 20-day moving average, just above $95,000. We might be in store for some consolidation to the downside. Otherwise, are we getting the support? Does Bitcoin open the new daily candle? And obviously I'm on an hourly now, but are we going to start trending back up off of the support? Is it going to be sideways at the support before heading higher, testing $100,000 again, trying to make our way to this target close to $110,000? So just exciting charts, everybody. I just like to see moments of, compression, cooling down, taking a breather. I like to see that in bull markets. It's exactly what I'm looking for. It's happening right now, at least on the short term. Let's see if it continues. And either way, we know where the support is. We know where targets, the upside and downside are. And we also know the move that we're in right now is normal. And if you really think about where we are in the cycle, early December, we have time. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, everybody. I appreciate you cruising through. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Turn notifications on. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like. Your support means a ton. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.